Tuesday night, and that means it's time for a e-commerce masterclass in dropshipping. My name is Chris, otherwise known as the Conversion Crusader. I am here from the Freedom Club, which is a community of dropshippers full of coaches like myself who teach. We've literally taught thousands of students how to succeed in dropshipping. And if you are new to dropshipping or you just want to make sure you got all the basics covered, drop on in and sign up. It's free to sign up and get started, and you can join our 30-day program, which will get you up and running with a store within 30 days. And if you like the content and you want to get access to coaches like myself, you can then sign up and become a full member of the club. What I'm going to do now is invite all my students in, and we're going to go and answer their questions. Welcome, Freedom Clubbers, to Tuesday night's, what is this called? This is the Marketing Mastermind. My name is Chris. I'm head of education here at the Freedom Club, and that means it's my job to train the trainers and to do these high-value streams for you guys. If you have any questions along the way, please drop in the chat and let me know. I'm going to be going through all of your accounts today and all of your landing pages, because last week on Tuesday and on Thursday, I think we did a lot of knowledge bombs, right? I highly recommend you jump into my YouTube channel and watch last week's episode if you haven't already. I'll put a link here in the chat before I say hello to everybody. So just hold on. I should probably re-upload it. This is a link to last week's episode. Get in there and save it to your list, save it for later. Highly recommend it. And let's go say hello to everybody. So hello, Deborah, Chris, Sharon, Simon, Pushpinda, Rhonda, Hanil. All the old favorites are here. Welcome, guys. Let me get my window sorted out here, and I'll share my screen. We'll go through these questions. Okay. This is all nice and neat. All right, guys, let's talk e-commerce. Start at the bottom. We've got a first question from Nat and Ollie. You've given me full access to Ollie Clem portfolio, Wattle and Wombat. You'd love some feedback on your ad manager and Shopify stats. Hello, Annalisa. Well, I can't give you any feedback on your Shopify stats unless you actually paste them in here, Nat and Ollie. So if you're doing that in the future, just copy and paste a screenshot of your last probably 10 days worth of data in Shopify. That would really help. In the meantime, let me go find your ads. Just give me a second to find them here. In the meantime, Wattle and Wombat. Let's go check out your website while that's loading in. Okay, we've got the Teakwood. The Teakwood 9 Premium Toxic Utensil Set. Website's looking lovely. Okay. Plastic-free and non-toxic, no harmful chemicals. Eco-friendly, long-lasting. Logo's fantastic. Product images are great. Oh man, these are perfect. Perfect. Really well done. Wow, look at that. That's gorgeous. Landing page looks great. Let's go check out your ads. Oh, this is promising. How much does this cost? This is $114.90, and we're getting purchases for around about, more or less, 40 to 50 bucks. Let's take a look at the last week. around about $40, except for we got scaling campaign here at $56. So if we're spending $56 minus $56, that leaves you with $58. I'm hoping that we buy these for like 25, 30 bucks. I'm hoping. Whose store was this again? Nat Nolly. So hopefully these numbers are adding up, and hopefully you're making money. Let's see if we can trim some fat somewhere and make even more money. So mostly we've got $47. That's looking pretty tasty there for new top of funnel testing versus scaling campaign. We've only spent half the budget in the new top of funnel testing. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Let's take a look at this. So I'll take a look through scaling campaign first. Okay. So creative 13 copy, we got, well, if we order by amount spent, that's usually where I start. Creative broad funny coming in at $86 per purchase. I think you want to scrap that. It's spent the most amount of money, but it's giving you the most expensive purchases. Oh. Why have we only got one ad per ad set? Is this testing? No, this is scaling. No, guys, this is not how we set up a scaling campaign. Inside a scaling campaign, you can't have just one ad per ad set. This doesn't work. This is why your cost per purchases are so high. The ad is good, but we're not giving the ad sets enough data because there's only one ad in each ad set. And that's why you got these insane cost per purchases here. So these all need to go. If you're trying to make a true scaling campaign, one campaign, you can have many ad sets if you want, but each ad set inside that campaign is its own machine. So you have to have ads inside the ad set for top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, all sitting in the one ad set inside of your campaign, working together to get those purchases. And the data is collected at the ad set level, meaning Facebook learns at the ad set level. So far, what you've been doing is you've been testing different ads inside ad sets. That's all you've been doing. You haven't been combining them together to build your machine. So that's why we're sort of stuck here at this $50 margin. Let's look at your, same thing here. Same thing here, right? Oops, don't duplicate that. Yep, one ad per ad set. You've unfortunately just continued to implement these testing style campaigns when you should be implementing a scaling campaign. So what I want you to do is take your best ads, put them into a proper scaling campaign, one ad set, many ads, and let it rip and see how it goes. Probably start that off at $50 per day, and if you start getting those well-ly priced purchases, then you can slowly start to scale that up. But well done, well done. Great landing page, great results so far. Let's take this to the next level. Any questions? I don't think you guys are in, but hopefully you'll watch the replay. Gassy and clean. Looking forward to my help. Oh, dude, I need my glasses. Looking forward to your help and feedback, please. Simple start code. Do we have Cassie Clean in the call? Come on down. Ooh. Hell yeah. This is a good product. This is a wonderful landing page. Absolutely wonderful. Full body toning, no heavy gym lifting, low impact moves, beginner friendly, affordable design. Oh wow, you have nailed it. Sup, Jimmy? Dear God, the kind of quality that we are pulling out of the Freedom Club lately. Jimmy, did you see the last? I'm pretty sure you have, because I'm pretty sure you've been helping these people. Wattle and Wombat. This product page is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then this one, wow, even better. Not that it's a competition, but it kind of is. UGC ads are even better. My only thing, and this isn't going to be something that stops you from getting conversions, it's just a personal thing. When I'm looking at ads selling a product, and when most people are looking at ads that sell a product, we do like to see faces. Not that this is going to hinder you at all. It won't hinder at all, but we do like to see faces where we can, just for future photo shoots. I love your fonts here. They just look gorgeous. Ah, so good, so good. It's the little things, guys. It's the separation between different components in your images. It's having really clean looking text. Having the little things like a small amount of transparency with a nice font that actually looks like it's been designed nicely. That is how we instill confidence in our brand, and that's how we get sales. Let us show you how it works. Great. Amazing. Transform your body with moves that actually work. Terrific. And the freebies. Oh man, I can't wait for you guys to run ads because I need to see the results for this one. Well done. Well done. You have my stick of approval. Go forth and make money. Pushpinder. Okay, Push, you want me to look at Softails. Softails. Just for the future, I don't need your proof. I trust you. If you say that you've given me access, I trust you. But putting your website in there, 100% benefits. What are we? Oh, we're running the pet calming bed. So I'm going to look in your account, Pushpinder, but I will stress again, you're going to find it very, very difficult to make this product profitable. And if you do, you'll be the single student who's managed to do it. And I guess I'll be asking you to come up here and present. But this product is difficult to make profitable. I speak from experience. So let me find Softails. All right, Softails, here we go. Yep, no sales. My friend, you've got a good looking store, okay? Pretty good images, they're not bad. You got the right idea. Good gifts. It's just this product is very, very hard to sell. So I want you to pivot. I don't want you to delete your store. The store is great. The niche is great. Dog's fantastic. I've got a dog store that I've built that I haven't launched yet. I've been waiting to launch it. Just too many other things to do. Too many other things that I'm launching. But the dog niche is great, is what I'm trying to say. And I've been meaning to build a dog store for a while. I'm yet to see a student who has been selling the right dog products who hasn't made a profit. So I would highly recommend for you that it might be time to pivot. So this is the data from the last, let's have a look, see if you've got anything for the last week. Good. No, you rightly so. You've tried and didn't make profit and you paused your ads. Good thinking. I'm glad you didn't spend much more than this. I bet you your clicks were quite good too. I bet. Yeah, look, the link click-through rates were actually pretty good, but your CPM costs very high. I mean they're like 1.4%. It's okay. It's a pretty good click-through rate. I've seen some stores be able to make profit on 1.5% click-through rate, but when you combine that with a high CPM of a brand new store, even a 1.4% click-through rate isn't going to save you because the cost per click, look at that, $5.60 cost per click. you're going to have something that has to have a lot more excitement on the buyer end so that we get more clicks for a cheaper price to be able to run this profitably. Looking at the testing here, the only one that kind of came close was this one for pets animals at a $3 cost per click. We spent 20 bucks. 2.5%, that's actually pretty good. So look, you could run this if you wanted to prove me wrong, and by all means, I encourage you to prove me wrong when it makes sense. You could run this ad set right here, pet animals, for another 50 bucks, and just see if this click-through stays pretty good at 2%, and just see if this cost per click stays pretty good at $3.5. You run this for another 50 bucks, and you might surprise me. You might get a sale, and it does happen. It does happen. It hasn't happened for this particular product yet, but if you want to do that, I fully support you doing that. And you can run this for like 2 or 3 days. In the meantime, start spinning up your next dog product. Josh and Mel, welcome, guys. Welcome. So that's what I want you to do for Softails. All right. Rhonda. Ah. Okay. I was going to make a video on this, but you know what? We're in the stream right now. So let's talk. Let's talk about the Chinese supplier. I was going to make a full YouTube video. Like a lot of things in my life, I didn't have time to do it yet. It is on my list of things to do, but it is important that we talk about this. So for those of you who are new and just starting your stores out, we teach you in the Freedom Club to start your stores using eBay. And there is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with using eBay. eBay is a wonderful platform that integrates nicely with Dropified, so that you can nearly automate your entire workflow to order your orders, get them shipped from Australia to an Australian customer. Now you might be thinking, it's cool, why would I need to change? And the answer to that is you don't necessarily need to change. Austin has made a ton of money just shipping from eBay. A lot of people have made a lot of money just shipping from eBay. But you might find a couple of things happen. Okay, the first thing that might happen, your suppliers and all suppliers might run out of stock here in Australia. And that happens to a lot of people. And we need alternatives. Okay, that's problem number one that might happen. It might not happen. You might have a product, and it is product dependent. You might have a product that is always in stock in Australia and sells really well, and you might form a relationship with your supplier, and things might go swimmingly well, and you never have to worry about those things. But a lot of us will come into a point where we'll run out of stock. The worst thing that can happen when this does happen is you run out of stock, and rather than tell you there's no stock here in Australia, instead the eBay supplier just ships it from China without your approval, and it takes 15 to 20 days to arrive. Customers are unhappy, you're unhappy, things are in transit, you got PayPal disputes popping up and all sorts of nonsense. That's the worst case scenario. And even, I guess, equally as bad is this happens to me all the time too. I'll purchase off eBay from somebody who says they're from Australia and says they're in Sydney, says there's like 2 or 3 day shipping, and they ship it from China anyway. Now, the thing is, if you own a store and you're fulfilling from eBay and they're fulfilling from China, well, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because you could be fulfilling from China and getting a discount on those products. And also, there's benefits from shipping from China. The benefits are you have control over the products. You can customize it. You can put your logo on it. You can customize the shipping, the packaging, the whole experience of the customer. And that's something I've done here on my flagship store. In fact, I've done it on all my stores. Every single one of my stores has a flagship. That's the wrong word. Has a unique experience for the customer. So for this particular store, we've customized everything. It'll load up. My computer's just running slow. Oh, come on, that's embarrassing. Come on. I'm showing my store off. You're supposed to load properly. Here we go. So we've literally customized the logos on the canvas. We've customized adding different things into the boxes for customers. We've changed to Ziploc bags. These used to be in these long film strip type of things, which you needed scissors to open. We've customized these things. We've added this thing in. We've actually printed our own bag for our kids to come in. And then, where's my other thing? I guess we're not showing the box. Oh, that's disappointing. I don't know where that went. Oh, here it is. I should probably put that on the page. It comes inside of a home craftology box as well. And these are all things that you can do if you ship from China. Now you can, granted, you could go down a slightly more expensive route and you could do these things shipping from Australia. But in my experience, it does become kind of expensive to do that. So those are the reasons why you might decide to ship directly from China. Plus, you can usually cut a deal if you're getting a few orders a day, and if you're getting like 10 or so orders a day, you have buying power. And if people are buying more than one per order or whatever product you're selling, you have even more buying power, and you can cut a deal with our supplier where he gives you a discount based on the amount of things that you sell. So we had a deal where we were selling one cloth, and he would charge like $15 per cloth. If the customer bought 2 cloths, well, the charge then was $12 per cloth. And if they bought 3 cloths, well, it kept going down. So the more cloths the customer purchases, the cheaper it was for me to fulfill them. So that's an added benefit. So you've had a few customers ask you why you're shipping from China. That happens to me too. Let me explain a couple of really important things to you, especially in this particular call. If you're starting to get orders coming through and you're getting Facebook messages, you're getting Facebook comments, you're getting emails from customers, you've created yourself a job. And we're not the job club, are we? We're not sitting here selling you guys an opportunity to go build yourself another job. We're in the Freedom Club. And in the Freedom Club, we're here to build freedom. Freedom means that you don't have to run your business. It should run without you. Granted, in the first few weeks of running a store, you got to learn all of the jobs in the store. But if you've been running a store for a couple of months now, it's time to start building your team. My store runs, the only thing I do is I do the ads and I do the emails, because those are the 2 things that I like to do. It gives me control over how much money I'm going to make or lose, rather than handing that off to somebody else. Everything else in the store, the bookkeeping, the customer service, the talking to customers, all the other jobs that there are, that's all done by my team. For example, this product that you just saw, this was a new product that just got designed, added, and promoted on my store. And my team did this. I didn't do this. So my team, I built using Upwork. And I highly recommend you consider to use Upwork to build your team, to build a customer service team, because you can literally look over their responses to the customers and teach them and direct them on how to be a customer service person. Because there's a few different types of customer service people, right? There's people who just do the job, and there's people who actually make good responses and care. And you want to build a team who cares about your customer. So that's step 1. Now, step 2, how do we talk to the customers? Well, this is Tidio. And if you look at my store, there's a little chat icon here. So this is Tidio here. And a lot of the responses are AI driven, but also we're also driven not just by AI, but real people. And Tidio is a tool that you can install on Shopify. It adds this chat to your Shopify store, and it also integrates into your Facebook so that your Facebook and Instagram messages come through here. And I'll see if I can show you kind of what this looks like. And trust me, this all has a point, guys. This is all going somewhere. So these are all of my interactions. We've got customer service inboxes from emails. Oh, okay, they're all solved. We're under here. So these are ones that my team still needs to go and fix. I'm not going to look in there. Stresses me out when there's customers that need help with something. It's not my job. I didn't build these stores to give myself another job. I built these stores to make money. So this is what my staff do. My staff now train new staff as we need them. So I've got a customer service person who I've made into my head of customer service, and she trains new staff as we need them to come in. So to answer your question, what do we tell? Is my team from Upwork? 100%. My team is 100% from Upwork. I think they cost between, my lowest paid person is about $5 per hour. My highest paid person is $12 per hour. And I always make sure I have a video chat with them first, because we need to work well together. I need to be able to understand their English. They need to be able to understand my English. And I had to have a good feel, you know. We're here to build a brand that is good to customers, that customers love. And that's how we do it, by building a good team. So customer service tickets come in here. How do I respond to someone who says, do we ship from China? I say, yes, we do. How often do they work? Well, how often my team works will be different from how often your team works. My team works 7 days a week. And we have a few less staff on Saturdays, but I need them to be working at least a couple of hours a day. They don't have to work. My store doesn't need to be manned 24 hours a day, but I will at least have 1 or 2 people come and do 1 or 2 hours a day for 7 days. Now you probably don't need that, Rhonda. You probably don't have as many orders, so you might need 1 person for 1 hour a day, and that'll be, let's just say you get someone for $7. 7 times 7 days a week times 2 hours. That's $7 a week times 2 hours times 7 days a week, and they'll be happy to work on the weekends. You'll be spending $100 per week for someone to take over all of the customer service from you, so that you just answer questions that are difficult, and you just decide if someone gets a refund or not, and they do the rest. And it makes you a lot less stressed when you have customers asking if you ship from China. Okay, a lot less stressed. And when I'm building a new store now, I don't even bother personally testing things from Australia. I just go straight to China, because it's just so much easier to go and say, hey, Bron, here's the products I want. You guys could give me a price. Let's go test them. You know, then we don't have any problems with, look, shipping times. The quickest I've got something from Bron shipped to my house was 5 days. I'm not even kidding, like 5 working days. I ordered it on like Monday, and it arrived the following Monday. Now, on my stores, I always say the shipping time is between 5 and 12 days, and business days. But the way that we ship through the shipping partners that we have, they work every day of the week. You know, so it kind of works out well. By the time a customer has sent an email saying, hey, where's my stuff? Usually 9 times, or maybe 7 times out of 10, usually the item is already in Australia. And you have 6 to 8 days. Should you increase it? Yeah, leave 6. But instead of having the 8 days, put 10. And make sure you put working days, because it makes it sound less. But 6 to 10 working days should be perfect. Now, when people say, do you ship from China? My response is, actually, I think I even have this on my website. And you guys can take this. Shipping information. We ship worldwide using premium international shipping. Oh, here it is there. Mine's even more. Mine's 8 to 12 days. I think I used to have it in here that I was shipping from China. I must have taken that out. Do I have any shipping policy? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, the other thing too, when you have your shipping and returns pages, you guys, you know, you can make them prettier, and you can put customer reviews in here. Like, people are in here to check out the bad parts about your business, the shipping times, right? So you may as well like butter it up a little bit. So shipping information, we ship internationally. All your items are shipped together. Yeah, there's no information about saying, you know, we ship from China. I don't think you need to specify. It's just we ship internationally. You can if you want. And look, I think I used to. I definitely used to say that I shipped from our warehouse out of Shenzhen. If someone asks you, why are you shipping from China? The simple answer is, we've run out of stock in Australia. It's a high selling product. So we are shipping directly from our manufacturing warehouse in China, where we have a private facility and we create custom products. And if you say that, you're 100% not lying. And it's the honest to God truth. It's why we're shipping from China. And people from my experience seem to be like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. The other thing that I say to people as well, and I've trained my staff to say the right thing to the right people. If they continue to ask, like, why do you mean we're shipping from China? You know, I'll explain to them, hey, all diamond painting kits, and in fact, this is the same for nearly every single product you guys are selling. All of these things are made in China, and we ship directly from the warehouse, our warehouse in China. And they're like, oh yeah, it makes sense. And they say, why are you doing that? Why would you ship from the place where you make them? And you say, well, hey, it makes it a lot quicker when we need to send you out a replacement. We just build another one from scratch. We just grab another one, or like we actually make another one for you, and we ship it out directly from our production line. It keeps our costs down so that we can give you a better product for a cheaper price, and it helps us maintain quality. And if you want to go one further step, you could even say, look, the US tariffs have really made it difficult for us to import things in bulk, so we just ship directly from China. That's more of a stretch, and maybe a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit less truthful. Okay, continuing on. How do we make the experience better for our customers? The one cool thing, well, there's many cool things about shipping from China. One of the cool things about shipping with the Bronze team is they have their app, the T-Fulfill app. Now, if you want access to this and you want access to the actual prices, like the better prices that we can get you, make sure you message me, and make sure you message me on WhatsApp. Here's the link. One second, guys. Here's a link to come and have a chat with me about fulfilling from our Chinese fulfillers. Click that link, say hello, I'm Chris, or whoever you are, and I want to fulfill my products using our supplier. And you can install this app. This app does a lot of the things in the background that makes our life so much easier. So when your item is shipped, the first thing that Bronze team will do is they'll actually go and get a tracking number and associate it with the order and print off the order forms. From that moment, this app updates Shopify with that tracking number. And the moment that happens, it goes into the order in Shopify, and the customer gets a notification saying, hey, update about your order. Here is your tracking code. And of course, they're going to go into the tracking software, and it's going to be like, hey, item hasn't been shipped yet. And most likely when that happens, they're going to contact your customer support team. And as long as they have a good canned response that explains, hey, yeah, look, all we've actually done is printed off your tracking label. Your item is getting packaged right now, and we'll be shipping it out within the next 24 hours or so. Okay, but that brings me to the next point. So this adds in the tracking automation. What you need now is Aftership. Aftership is an app built by Shopify themselves. You install it on your store, and whenever the status of the shipping changes, the customer gets notified at every step in the way, from the moment that the tracking ID gets printed, the moment that the courier picks up the package, the moment that it leaves China, the moment that it enters Australia, the moment that local Australian post office picks it up, and then the moment it gets delivered. That's all tracked in Aftership, and it sends a notification to the customer at every single point, which is fantastic. But also it allows you to have a tracking situation on your, I haven't got it here. Hello. Don't know why I don't have it on Home Craftology. Don't know why, but I do have it on one of my other stores. What's it called? So this is a track your order link from Upwork, not from Upwork, from Aftership. Pop in your order number and email, or you pop in your tracking number and you press track, and it will actually show you the status of your order. Now, this is really, really good because it actually generates a lot of trust that you actually track orders from people, that you are shipping them out. So very useful. I should probably put that on Homecraftology. I have Aftership. I guess I lost it from the menu. I have to go fix that. So you put in Aftership, and I reckon Aftership probably helps reduce my emails coming to my team by about at least 50 to 60%, because it's self-service and people can go see what's happening. And they seem to be a lot happier when they can see that their orders are moving along the process. Now, the next thing. So those are two very important things that you can do to help alleviate some of the problems. The next thing that you want to do is start to think about the customer experience in terms of the emails that you're sending out. Just give me a second here while I switch my stores. I know you can't see this just yet. The messages that you send out as part of what they experience after they purchase. Sup, Redemption, how you doing? Messages, let me say it again. The messages you send as part of the user experience after they purchase are extremely important, okay? So if I go look at my automations here, and this isn't part of the course, okay? This is the more advanced kind of things that you want to have set up before you try and scale. Because if you try and scale while you haven't got this set up, life can be difficult. So new customer, thank you. So this gets sent out to any new customer the first time they purchase from me. Okay. Welcome to the Homecraftology family. Shipping. About your order. We've received your order and we are currently verifying your payment. Your order will be processed ASAP by Mel or myself, usually within 1 business day. So from the moment that they purchase from me, I'm slowing things down and I'm setting expectations. They know that nothing will happen for at least 1 business day because I need to verify the payment. So I've earned myself an extra day here. Now, really what's happening is Bronze already got their order and we're already printing it and shipping it. But this gives me that extra day. Shipping, after processing, we'll give your order to the warehouse team who will wrap it up and ship it as quickly as humanly possible. Your box is always handpicked by our team, usually ships out of the warehouse within 1 to 2 business days. You got another email from us as soon as your item ships. This instills confidence because they're hearing from you exactly what's going to happen after. And this buys me an extra 2 days. So already I've slowed things down with that and I bought myself an extra 72 hours before a customer is going to be wondering where their stuff is. And then of course is a bit of a sale to tell them what's happening. Now that's email number 1. Email number 2 happens the next day. About your order, your payment has been verified. Now there's some really important reasons why I'm doing this other than slowing down the expectations. Look at the open rates. 50% open rate, 16% click rate, 71% open rate. When Google and other mail providers see these open rates, I'll show you what it does. I'll show you exactly what it does. So this is Google's Postmaster tools where you can come and see how well you're doing with your emails. And if you look in Homecraftology, and we look at the domain reputation, my reputation is high. Not many people have a high reputation. See, all the way in high. That means Google is not punishing me at all when I send out emails, and it's likely to end up in the inbox. If I change this to one of my new stores, Stone and Ash, you can see here I had a dip, but I'm only on medium because it's a brand new store and we haven't had a lot of people opening emails yet because I haven't implemented any of these safeguards yet. And we even dipped to a low reputation on September 16. It's been tough this past week to get sales because Google kept putting my emails in spam, and we've only just, thanks to my effort this week, gone up to medium again. So part of this strategy is to get people opening my emails, to really think about what do I need to send customers to get them to actually open read, and click things, because that's what puts your reputation up, and that's what's ultimately going to make you more money in the future. And I know we're talking fulfillment now, and specifically emails, but you get this bit right, and you get people opening your emails, clicking on links, and interacting with your emails. You get that sender reputation going up, and actually that helps you scale. Because when people are opening your emails, they're getting your abandoned carts, they're getting your abandoned checkouts, they're getting your browser abandoned emails, and you're building sales from emails, and Facebook loves that because it gives you a cheaper cost per purchase, which helps you scale further. So scaling isn't just one single thing; it's actually all of these things, including what I'm showing you right now. So this is the second email about your order. Your payment has been verified. Again, this is just buying me more time and over delivering on explaining what's going on. This is just saying, hey, we've processed your order. Your payment's been accepted. We're going to start working on your order right now. Here's some other stuff you can buy, and here's a cool discount you can use on the store. Don't forget to use it before it expires. You guys got to understand, I get so many repeat purchases from this. It's crazy. And that's it. 24 hours after that, I'm back to cross-selling, and I'm showing people other stuff that my store has. So 2 emails in my thank you series there to start the process off and to get the buyer sentiment going. Chris, you're finding it difficult to build email lists. You're 2 weeks into launching your ads. You put your URL in and ads up for review in my session today. We'll have a look at those shortly. So does that answer all the questions there about shipping and how to solve those issues there? Okay, if I'm an Australian brand, not sure if this causes issues for your brand look and shipping times as long as it waits up to 14 days to deliver. What caused some customers to follow up? Why it's taking so long? Yeah, so the other thing to do as well is if you're doing really well, you might want to give their team like a float and say to them, hey, if I give you $2,000-$3,000, can you go and make sure you have at least 10 of these on hand in your warehouse at all times, so that when someone orders from me, it ships out that day? And that might save you a couple of days. So having things in advance, giving them money up front so that they have your items ready to go, that can really, really help. As for does it hurt your brand? That is up for you to decide. For me personally, I don't see it as an issue if you have really good customer support. But you may choose that it's more important for your product and for your brand to ship quicker. And if that's the case, the other coaches can get you in touch with the Australian warehouse. And we can ship your products from Australia. But to ship your products from Australia, you have to fork out more money up front, because you'll have a minimum order of between 10 and 100 products to actually get your items into the Australian warehouse. And there are additional costs for shipping. So it'll be up to you to decide. Is the extra cost something that you're happy to wear for that different type of user experience? Or do you want to pocket the money and make more profit and have a slower shipping time? I can't give you the answer to that. There's probably niches and products where I would choose to ship from Australia. But ultimately, it's your brand, and that's completely up to you to decide what's right for you and your brand. My personal approach, I like money and I want more of it. So personally, most of the time, I'm going to be shipping directly from China. All right, Chris. So we got Sabine. We've got 14 minutes left. Chris, I don't see anything in here from you. Did you pop it into this event? You put your URL and ads up for review for your session. Oh, in Thursday. Okay, cool. Well, I look forward to seeing those on Thursday. The email list side of things. Rhonda, you want me to look at your ads? Okay, we'll take a look at your ads. But before I do, I'll just show you, what we do to build the list, right? Is we come up with an A/B test. So my submit rate for my 10% off voucher is 12.2%. But you can see down here, I mean, my end of financial year sale was amazing, 40% sign up rate. But you can see down here, like, it wasn't always 12%. I've had to test a lot of different offers and a lot of different layouts. I mean, look, this one here was 50% off, and that only had a 10% or 9% sign up rate. But here, when we've got a mystery deal, it's got a 12% sign up rate. So you have to come up with the right image, the right text, the right offer, whether or not it's mystery or $10 off or a 10% off. You've got to go and test all the different ideas, and your goal is to try and push that submit rate up. Now, if you have the right type of store, this doesn't work for every store, but if you've got a store like a dog store or, oh damn, this is going to be a pain in the ass. This is going to give me two-factor authentication. No, it didn't. If you've got a dog store or a happy type of store, a store where things are a bit creative and vibey, you might choose to go and install Wheelio. I don't use it in all my stores. For all my stores that I want to keep it a little bit more classy, we don't use Wheelio, but for my fun stores, 100% use Wheelio. So on Homecraft, we've got OmniSend pop-up that says, hey, you want a mystery discount? This pops up after 12 seconds on the store. And this pops up when they try and leave the store. And so Wheelio has a 9% submit rate. So over the past 7 days, I've got 206 emails from Wheelio. And if you come back to this one here, look at the last 7 days, 387 emails from my pop-up. So that's last 7 days, roughly 650 emails, right? So that's how you build your email list. Rhonda, scaling has increased your cost per purchase, but you're still making profit. Should you continue to scale? Good question. Good question. What's the store again? Tuesdays. One sec. Here we go. Clear Tuesdays. So Rhonda, what you've said there is it's kind of how it works. Whenever we try and scale, it's going to increase your cost per purchase, unfortunately. And people are like, why does it do that? The simple answer is because you're asking Facebook to reach more people. It's really good at doing what it does, but when you give it more money, it's got to reach a colder audience. So you might find a couple of things. You might find overall, this cost per purchase goes up initially, and it might stabilize back down after a couple of weeks. Now, if it doesn't, then before I start to increase my budget, because look, there are some products that we can scale and there are some products that we can't. For Homecraftology, for example, it's spending $600 per day, and I can't seem to spend more than that and stay profitable because the cost per purchase goes up past $40 to $50, where my average order volume, this is kind of how we do it. We look at our average order volume. So if I look at my month so far, so my average order volume for this month is $52 US, right? So that's 52 USD to AUD. That's $80 AUD. Now my profit margin is 3 times, so we divide it by 3. $26 profit out of that. Cool. So my Facebook costs, let's just say it's $30. So 76 minus how much it costs for the thing, minus $40. I make $13 profit per sale. Now, as I try and scale up and I push my budget up, this cost per purchase might go higher. Might go to $45, might go to $49. And the higher up it goes, the less profit per order I'm making. It's just the nature of it. Now, there are different ways of thinking about this. Number one, do we want to continue to push the budgets up and generate more customers? So for Homecraftology, I spent a lot of time with break-even ads on Facebook. and just building my list. I was just focusing on getting those customers, getting those subscribers, and I still do this. I don't make a lot of profit off my Facebook ads, but I do generate more and more and more customers, and I'm growing my email list faster than I'm losing my email list. So my business is growing, and that's where we want to stay. So it'll be up to you to figure out, do you want to make more profit on the front end, or do you want to make more profit on the back end? And that is completely up to your style of product. Now, your product being a beauty product, my first thought is this is probably a really good product to break even on the Facebook ads, because you will sell more of this through the emails, right? So what's your average order volume? That's what we need to check, actually. What about TikTok ads? I'm not a huge fan of TikTok ads, my friend, especially in Australia. I haven't had good profit from them. So let's look at sales. $30 cost per purchase. What I really need is total sales. Purchase total. Value. How much have we actually made? So we've spent $3,467 to make $9,000. So your product is $54. And how much does it cost you to buy one product? Average order volume is 82. So people are buying 2 of these on average. Great. So they're buying 2, and how much do they cost per one for you to purchase? $14 times 1. Okay, let's go with that. And it's $20 for 2. So Facebook's saying to you, wow, that's pretty good. They usually get the higher bundle. So let's just say most people are buying the $80 and it's costing you. So you're making $60 on a sale on average. So most of this is profit. So you could really, but then you got the purchase price. So people are buying $80. You got $60 left. So you're getting $30 on average. You're making $30 per purchase, and you're getting the emails to start building your list. Now, your click rate is not the best. That's a whole different problem. We can tackle that on a different night. Yeah, Rhonda, you've got 80 minus 20, that's $60. You've got $30 spare to actually scale before you actually lose money. So what I would do is I would scale your budget by 10%, maybe 20%, and I'd make it 10%. Scale your budget by 10%, run your ads for 3 to 4 days, and see if your cost per purchase has gone up much higher. And as long as you keep this under $50, you're going to be making money. And it'll just be a question of how far you can scale this and still be profitable. At the same time, I want you to continue working on your abandoned cart, browse abandon, and checkout abandon. I want you to continue working on your pop-up, trying to get more customers to come through your email series, and just tighten the ship, tighten everything. There's not a single day that goes by where I'm not looking at something on my stores and thinking, what can I do to improve these stores? And I go look through the data. What can I do to increase my clicks? What can I do to decrease my cost per click on my Facebook ads? And every day I just pick something new to focus on. That way I don't get bored. So every day I'm just trying to improve one thing. But I'm really glad you're doing well, Rhonda. Really glad. And yeah, scale 10%. See if that cost per purchase goes up. Your emails really suck after working on them? Well, that'd be where I focus on if I were you. I'd put that budget up and then go focus on your emails. Go and sign up to all your competition and go and look through their emails and really get inspired. And, you know, look through Homecraft's emails and see what I do. Because I think I talk to customers very differently to most brands. My emails are not corporate at all, and they're very friendly. And I think that would be a great approach for you and your brand. All right, ladies and gents, for those of you whose questions I didn't get to, I apologize, but I have to cut it here tonight because we've got a scaling call coming up. So Sabine, Miguel, Willen, Marie, and Sean, if you guys can please pop your questions on Thursday night's call, and I will stay as long as it takes on Thursday to get all your questions answered. I'm just pushed for time on Tuesday, that's all. But there was a lot in that call that I think will help you guys all. Like if I'm giving advice to Rhonda, that advice applies across the entire board to everybody on the call, okay? Make sense? In fact, this will be another one of those videos on YouTube. You should go and save this one to watch on a future date. I'm gonna have to start taking some of these live videos and turning them into actual YouTube videos. Hey, all right guys, I shall see you all. Well, those of you who are in the scaling group, I'll see you in a couple of minutes, and for everyone else, I'll see you Thursday.